I'm going to start out by talking about leaders that I've come in contact with through my 3 years in the Hillcrest Theater Department. And the first person that came to my mind was Teva Musig. And the reason Teva Musig came to my mind is because she was always so good at leading by example. And I think that's something I need to work on. Even if I don't make presidency, that's something I'm gonna try to work on, because just being on productions company is a leadership position, especially as a returning productions company member. I'm gonna need to help set a precedent. I don't necessarily have to set the precedent, but I need to help enforce whatever that precedent ends up being. And the second person on my list is CeCe Otto. Now, CeCe Otto to me was a good leader because she was such a hard worker. That girl had so much on her plate, but I don't know if she ever disappointed you, but she never let it show if she did, and she was such a positive influence. And I think that's important because leaders need to create good environments where good things can happen. And then the next person I have is Riley Richards, because again, he was such a hard worker. His leadership skills stood out to me during Martyrs Crossing when he helped us with viewpointing, because he wasn't bossy about it. Also, Megan Ahlstrom to me was such a good leader because again, she tried so hard to be nice, and she was so nice, and she was such a hard worker as well. So all of those people that I just mentioned were on presidency at some point in their high school career. So obviously they were in leadership positions, so them stepping up to the plate and becoming leaders makes sense. But the next person I'm going to talk about is Mary Ruff. Now, Mary Ruff is SBO president, so yes, she is in a leadership position, and she's been leads in shows and whatnot. So in a way, what I'm about to say doesn't necessarily make sense, but I think it makes sense, because what I saw her do for Act 1 and Once in a Lifetime and for Argonautica is very special, because in Act 1 and Once in a Lifetime, her and Julie Ashton basically completely put Poor Land together by themselves, and they did signs for Richland. They painted when they weren't on stage. They were doing things. And specifically for Mary Ruff, since she was in every single scene in Once in a Lifetime, the fact that she took on more than just being the main character blew my mind. And then in Argonautica, she was able to round up all those kids, and she was able to put them together to make a Calippo, or to have them fly her off of the top of the skywalk, and she was able to lead them. And that's a quality I really want to possess, because she wasn't bossy about it. She was just very in charge, and she understood that she was in charge. And I think I have a long way to go in order to be even compared to them, but I think I can get there, and I think that I can help make this department a more positive environment, a more focused environment, in order to create art and create opportunities for other kids. Even if I don't make presidency, I'm going to try to encompass all of the qualities, and I'm going to try to be like all of the people that I mentioned, because a jacket and a title isn't going to make me a good leader. It's just going to put me in a position where I am expected to be a good leader. So whether you decide to put me in a leadership position or not, I am going to try to improve myself and improve the department.